Hello and welcome to the Principal Podcast. Today I'm your host. My name is Humaid Jneibi, and we have our special guest, our principal, Mr. Scott. Would you like to introduce yourself, Mr. Scott?
Good morning, Humaid. My name is Scott Carnochan. I'm the superintendent here at Yasat Private School, and today the roles have been reversed. I'm in the hot seat and very much looking forward to being interviewed by Humaid.
Sounds good. So let's start with some basic questions. What inspired you to be the principal, and what was your favorite subject or class during your school journey?
Yeah, interesting question. I don't think when I set out in my teaching career, my aspiration was to become a principal or a superintendent. It kind of happened and was shaped by the fact that I felt that that's where I could most make a difference to the children. Whilst I love teaching children in the classroom, I just felt that I could make a greater difference through leadership and by being able to shape and direct schools. And that's why I found myself in this position, which is an absolute privilege and pleasure.
It's our pleasure to be our principal, Mr. Scott. Now let's. How about moving to the other question? So, if you are not working like in Yasat or in the education, what would you be?
Yeah, when I was your age and I was considering my future, I had three options really, one of which was to join the military in the UK to become a Royal Marine. The other was to become a pilot, commercial pilot, because I was brought up in Hong Kong. My parents lived there for 20 years, so I was doing a lot of flying and was always fascinated by planes and becoming a pilot. And the third was obviously becoming a teacher. And the key role model for me when I was at school was a teacher who played a huge part in my life. I went to boarding school, so I was living away from my parents. And there's a man called John Foster who was inspirational for me. And ultimately it was because of him I became a teacher. So an outstanding, inspirational teacher guided me towards education.
Sounds good. So, Mr. Scott, if you could give a student one piece of advice, what it would be?
Make the most of the opportunities you've got. I mean, all of the students here are very fortunate to come to a school like Yasat Private School, and I would never want them to look back with regret. We offer such a broad and exciting education. There's so much to try, so go out of your comfort zones. Try things that are different, things that are difficult. Don't just sit in a space where things are easy, because I don't believe people grow and flourish most when they're there. And aim high. Aim as high as you can. Be aspirational. And again, it comes down to getting out of that comfort zone. So make the most of the opportunities you've got, because you're all very lucky students to come to a school like this. Aim really, really high and do everything you can to achieve your dreams.
I will do this. I'll take it from you. Now, what's one thing about you most students wouldn't guess or wouldn't know?
Potentially that when I was at school I played international sport for my country. I don't think people know that. So
what kind of sport it was?
It was rugby. Oh. So I played rugby for Scotland when I was at school, for the under-18s and for students.
Do you win any trophies or something?
No, but I think we might still be the only team who's beaten France. But we certainly didn't win trophies because we lost the other games.
Sounds good. So for the next 3 to 5 years, what's the vision of the school?
I want Yasat to continue on the track that it's on, which is what I call rethinking education. I think lots of aspects of education need reshaping and reforming, but I don't want Yasat to conform. I want us to be different. I want us to think differently. I want the students, you guys, to go out into the world with the skills that allow you to not only be employees, but to be leaders and entrepreneurs and problem solvers and thinkers. And I think that's what an Yasat education should offer. We've obviously got the amazingly exciting new facility being built with a new sports complex and high school and science and technology wing. So there's lots of opportunity here. But fundamentally, if all of the students leave here and are making a positive difference through leading and through challenging thinking, then I think that's a great outcome.
Thank you, Mr. Scott. Now we are finally at the end of this episode. However, my pleasure to be your host today for this episode. a big opportunity that we had you here as a guest. Thank you to all of the audience. Thank you for you. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of the Principal Podcast. A big thanks for you, Mr. Scott, for sharing your insight and inspiring us all. Remember, every one of us plays a part in making our school a better place. Have a good day. Goodbye.
Thank you, Humaid. It's been a pleasure being on the receiving end of your questions. And you're right, it's a collective effort. Everyone will play a role in who we are, and that's the beauty of the Al-Yasat community. Everybody understands their role in the community, and because of that, we'll continue to thrive, grow, and flourish. But thank you very much for your questions.
You're welcome.